Hey everybody, this is Connie Holen from Pixality Design, a NamasteLight trusted partner. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect your Squarespace newsletter subscribe form to your NamasteLight account so that information of new subscribers gets automatically passed to your email list in NamasteLight. So the big picture of how we're going to do this, we're going to go into Squarespace and add a newsletter form. We're going to go to NamasteLight and we're going to create a group that you want those subscribers to go to directly. And then we're going to use a tool called Zapier that's going to make that connection happen for us. So you can set up a free account here. All it's going to do is move the information from our Squarespace form to NamasteLight for us. So let's get started by going into Squarespace and go to a page that you want your form to be on, or the footer, wherever you're putting it. I'm going to just click open this new empty page here. You're going to click into the page content or the area content, go to an insertion point, find the form block. The newsletter block is what I'm going to use for this demo. You can also use a regular form. This process works exactly the same way. So choose either a form if you want to ask more information other than just the email, or just the newsletter block if it's just a simple subscribe form. So drop that in on your Squarespace page. You can change the title, you can change the description, you can choose whether you want the name required or not. That's totally up to you. Customize that as much as you'd like. And then we're going to go into the storage tab. And so this is where we tell Squarespace where to send that information once it's collected on our site. So if you go to connect other services, you'll see a bunch of different options there. We're going to use the Zapier one, which we're going to get to in a second. But before we do that, just a little tip. If you've got a Google Drive, if you have a Gmail account, you have a Google Drive account, click the Google Drive link right here while you're in here. Connect it to a spreadsheet, doesn't cost you anything, and it's a great backup for this information that's being passed around the internet. You can have all that information in a separate Google Drive sheet. You never have to look at it if you don't want to, but it's a good backup. So go ahead and connect a Google Drive sheet if you've got it, and then we're going to do the Zapier connection a little bit later. Just so this form saves, I'm going to go and connect it to that Google Drive sheet right now by allowing access to my Google account. And then I named a spreadsheet in there, Squarespace NamasteLight demo. I've got a spreadsheet in my Google Drive. So now it's backed up at least to that sheet. And then click Save. That's kind of an extra bonus step. That's not really related to what we're going to do, but just good practice to get into. Okay, so next we're going to go into your NamasteLight account. So this is the second step in this process. And we're going to go to our Audience tab. And we're going to click Groups. And we're going to create a group. We're going to tell, this is where we're going to tell Zapier to dump all those new subscribers. So I'm just going to call it Website Subscribers. And click Create. And that's all you have to do here. It's now waiting. It's a group that's awaiting all these new subscribers. All right, and then the last step, we're going to go to Zapier.com. And we're going to sign up for a free account. If you already have an account, just log into your normal account. But if you need a new one, here is what the sign up process looks like. You click the sign up button. You choose the account name that you want it to go with. I'm just going to use a Google login, or you can add your own email there. And then you can add in your business info. And I'm the business owner. Okay, and so it's going to ask you, what apps do you use? For this one, we are going to be looking for Squarespace. And let's just search. That's probably better. Okay, there's Squarespace. So yeah, I use Squarespace. Great. I also use Emma. So NamasteLight is actually built on Emma technology. So you're not going to find NamasteLight in Zapier, but you will find Emma. So search for Emma and click the Emma. And then click Finish Setup. So once you've got your account created, it's going to just ask you right off the bat what you want to automate today. We are going to connect this app being Squarespace, with this one, Emma. And then it's going to say, when this happens, select the trigger. We're going to go down and select a new form submission on Squarespace. Then do this. Create a subscriber on Emma. So we've got the basics of our Zap already laid out. So let's click Make a Zap. And then it's going to walk us through connecting our specific accounts. So we need to connect our Squarespace account. To do that, they do that with something called APIs. And so those are just kind of secret codes, kind of like a password that you need to get from your Squarespace account and give it to Zapier so that you can authorize it. So to do that, let's head over to Squarespace, and we're going to go to Settings, Advanced, Squarespace API Keys. And then you're going to click Create Key. We're going to name it NamasteLight, because that's the connection we're doing, and it needs to be the form version of it. So click Next, and then you've got this code, this API code. So let's copy that and head back over to Zapier into this screen, and we're going to paste that in. Click Yes, Continue. Now it pulls up, now it knows that that's your Squarespace account, and that's the one that we're going to be looking for this Forms app to work for. So save and continue. So then they're going to ask, which form on your Squarespace site do you want us to look at when we're making this app? So if you click the drop-down menu, you're going to see all the different form names that you have on your website. So if you see just a long list of newsletter form, new form, you need to go back into Squarespace and change the title of that form so you know which one to select. This one I called Form Demo, so I'm going to select that one. That's on the demo page that I'm using. And you're going to click Continue. And then it pulls in some example content, just a John Smith contact. So that's great. Click Continue. And now we're going to choose an action app. We already have Emma up here, so we want it to be Emma. Again, remember, Emma is NamasteLight. It's the same technology. And we're just confirming that, yes, we want it to create a subscriber in Emma. So click Continue. So then next we need to do the same thing with our NamasteLight account and get those API keys so we can connect it up to Zapier. So click Connect an Account. And then let's head to NamasteLight to get those API keys. So in your NamasteLight account, go up to the top right and you'll find your account information. And then once you're on the account page here, go to API Key, the third selection in. And then you're going to click the Generate API Key button. And then this is going to give you the 3 different pieces of information that Zapier needs to connect your account properly. So you're just going to copy over the public, the private, and the account key into the window in Zapier. And then once you've got those in, click Yes, Continue, and let's head back to Zapier. Okay, so we've got our Emma account set up, and we're going to click Save and Continue. Okay, so then we're going to set up the subscriber in our Emma account. So we're going to tell it what group we want it to go to. So you'll see that group that you created in the beginning called Website Subscribers. Let's select that. And then we want to keep this to true. The sign-up ID, we're going to click your default sign-up form. If you click the little drop-down caret, these options will come up. And then the email address, we're going to click the little options on the right. We're going to go down and find the actual email address from that demo. We'll map that over. If you have a form that you use first name and last name, you can also do the same thing and map those over. But for this one, we're just going to do email address and then click Continue. Okay, so we're almost there. This is when we send a test subscriber to Emma. So it's going to this group. We can check our information out, send test to Emma. And we've got a good test. You should have a good test by then. Then click Finish. Then name it, and let's name it something like Squarespace Form to NamasteLight account. And we're going to turn it on. And that is all there is to it. So now, once that's on and running, you can close out your Zapier account. Anytime somebody subscribes on this form, it should go through Zapier and end up in your group. So let's test it. All right, here we go. I'm going to sign up. Okay, so thank you. And now let's go over to our NamasteLight group, and we'll give it a little bit of time to make it through the system, but it should automatically appear in this group and in your contacts list in NamasteLight. And sure enough, refresh the page, and there it is. Under website subscribers, we have 2 subscribers now, the demo from Zapier, and then the one that I just put in on the form. So check it. Once it works, you are all set. So just to review, first step, you're going to add a form to your Squarespace site. Connect it to Google Sheets. It's just a nice extra to have a nice backup on that. Second step, you're going to go into NamasteLight. You're going to go to under the Audience tab and create the group that you want those new subscribers to go to. Third step, you're going to go to Zapier.com. You're going to create a free account. You're going to tell it that you want to move information from a Squarespace form to create a new subscriber in Emma. And then you're going to do that one-time painful process of generating your API keys, giving those to Zapier so they know you authorize it. Turn your Zap on, and then it's working. It will automatically move people from those forms to your NamasteLight account going forward. So this scenario, zapping Squarespace directly to Emma or NamasteLight, is great if you've just got 1 or 2 forms on your website. They're in the footer or something. If you've got a ton of newsletter subscribe forms on your website and you don't want to have to repeat that process for each and every form, another option you have is you can set this zap up using Google Sheets instead of Squarespace. The back half with connecting to Emma will be the same, but the front half, instead of Squarespace, you'll choose a Google Sheet, and you'll choose the Google Sheet that you have that information going to. So then anytime a new row is created in that Google Sheet, it'll trigger that information and pass it to your NamasteLight account. That way you can have every form on your website going to the same Google Sheet, and you don't have to create different zaps for each form. So that's just another option if you're looking at a long list of forms that you need connected over. I would go connect all those forms to a Google Sheet only, and then make a single zap from a Google Sheet to your Emma account. New row created in the Google Sheet means a new subscriber in Emma. So 2 ways you can do it: directly connecting Squarespace to Emma and via Google Sheet. The zap does take a little bit longer if you're using a Google Sheet. It's pretty instantaneous, as you saw with Squarespace, but both ways will get to the end, the same end result. So I hope this was helpful, and so long for now.